a daughter with the king, and when the king dies, the king is tricked by an evil woman into marrying the evil woman, resulting in the birth of another child, which is a boy, and this boy deleted the cruelty of the evil woman. Right. So this is the background of the folklore. The real story begins when the king dies, when the king dies, and in this timeline, the daughter of the king, the real daughter, and the cool son has become an adult. The daughter, his name is Penta, and this story is evolved from Penta, and this story, if I were to mention, its title is Penta, the Chop of Hands. Penta, the Chop of Hands. A hand chop. Okay. So basically, the story when the king died, so the older brother, the son, basically like any other royal family, the son will get the throne will be passed to the son. So the cool son with the Penta's brothers, when he get the throne, the first thing that he do is he call Penta to the courtroom. He summon Penta to the courtroom. When Penta came into the courtroom, she asked her brother. She said, "I'm here. So what do you want, my beloved brother?" said Penta. So the evil brother, her evil brother said that, "King, Penta, King, I now have the throne and you must call me king." He said. Now, the evil brother, even though he is a brother to Penta, he is actually admire Penta in secret, because Penta is a very beautiful woman.
Secret admirer?
Yeah, he is admire Penta in secret. So he has interest in Penta. So when before, he can't marry Penta because the king is still alive. So when the kings die, so he has the power to do anything that he wants, because he is now the king. It's absolute power. So the reason why he called Penta to the courtroom is because he wants to force Penta to marry him, just like what his mother do to the old king. Right? So when Penta hear the proposal from her brother, Penta denied and refused the proposal, because who in their right mind want to marry their own siblings, right? So Penta refused the proposal from her brother, and her brother, being evil and cruel, he became very, very angry. He became very, very angry, and he sent Penta to the jail, to the prison. Penta, being depressed in the prison, was advised by the prison guard, by the prison guard. The prison guard advised him to, the prison guard advised her something that he said, if you don't want to marry the king, if you want to escape the marriage, then you should do something that would ruin your beauty, so that the king would lose interest into you.
Alright, on
so
you.
What Penta did is, in the prison, he found she found a really sharp
object.
Okay. So what she did is very gruesome. She cut off her hands, chop off both of her hands with the sharp object.
How will you chop both of your hands?
One chop, then
How?
Firstly, Firstly, she chopped his left hand.
Then the other one?
The other one, she used her mouth, like this. The point is,
This?
the point is, she chopped
both her hands.
both of hands. That's the point of the story. So when
Sorry.
yeah. moving on.
Yeah.
When the king come down to meet Penta, the day after that,
Hmm?
to ask again Penta to marry him, and he was so shocked to see Penta being handless. So he asked Penta, "My beloved Penta, what happened to you? Who cut off your hands?" So Penta said, "Me, I cut my own hands because I would never want to marry you," said Penta to her evil brother. Her evil brother, which is already angry in that state, she become even more angry. So that because Penta did something like that to avoid marrying him.
Yeah.
So he felt very his pride is being hurt.
Uh-huh.
So he did something unthinkable. He asked his soldier to keep Penta in the chest and throw off Penta into the sea. So Penta, and then the soldier follow his king orders. Now Penta is in the chest and dive by the oceans. Okay. So when the story continues, by fate, Penta is found by a fisherman.
Was found.
Okay, so the fisherman, when he found Penta, the fisherman is a very kind man, so he brought Penta to his home. Now the fisherman is a married man, and he is married to a very jealous woman. So when he brought a beautiful woman,
Yeah. Why did he bring her home?
yes, when he brought a beautiful woman to his house, his jealous woman,
His jealous wife.
his jealous wife interpret the situation wrongly.
Huh.
So the wife scolded the fisherman without giving a fisherman time to
Explain.
the situation. Okay, so she scolded the fisherman. What are you doing bringing another woman to this hut? She said the fisherman's wife. So when the fisherman being so weak, because in their marriage there is something like we call queen
Control.
control. Yes, queen control. So the husband is very weak. So the husband, fisherman, couldn't do anything when his wife scolded him.
Yeah.
So eventually he was forced to throw off Penta's back into the ocean.
Throw back into the ocean.
Yes, because his wife asked him to send back Penta when he found Penta. So he threw back Penta off to the ocean.
Yeah.
Now Penta, thinking that now his unfortunate event has been stopped. Actually, it's not stopped. So she was very sad. But fortunately, the day after that, she was found yet by another man, and this time she was found by another king from another kingdom. Right. So this king is different from the king from Penta's kingdom, the Penta's brother. This king is not cruel. He's a very kind man, just like the fisherman. So when he found Penta, he brought Penta back to his castle, and this time he don't have any jealous wife. So Penta is safely in the castle. Right. So eventually the king, after a few days of Penta's living in the castle with him, the king fall in love with Penta, and the king married Penta. So now after a few months, a war erupted, and then the king was forced to go outside of their kingdom to help his soldier. So the king
To fight alongside his soldier.
So now the king left Penta alone in their castle. So what happened is, Penta, when what the king did not notice is when he left Penta is pregnant.
Was pregnant
with a child. So when the war is going for a very, very long time, almost a year. So before the king came back, the child was already born. So when the child was born, Pentas want to tell her husband about it. So she sent a
Telegram.
letter.
What's that?
Sent a letter to his
Pigeon.
husband. So he write the letter. Dear husband, dear husband, dear husband, I have a very happy news to share with you.
Okay.
Okay, so that's it.
Huh?
No.
That's it?
No. Yeah, I have a very happy news to share with you. While you are in the outside country in the war, we have blessed by the gods with a child from heavens, said Pentas in the letter. So Pentas send the letter in by the pigeons. Now by pigeons. So she sent the pigeon fly. Now yet fate interfere again. The pigeon was
Died. Was
the pigeon
eaten.
was shot down by the fisherman's son.
Which fisherman now?
The
The first fisherman. The fisherman with the jealous wife.
The fisherman with the jealous wife. So the son of the fisherman
With the jealous wife.
brought the pigeon back to his home.
Huh.
And he asked his mother to cook the pigeon.
Okay.
So when the jealous
When
wife,
the mother
when his mother want to cut off the pigeon to be cooked,
clean the pigeon.
clean the pigeon to be cooked, she found the letter, and when she read it, she noticed that the letter was written by the same woman who was brought back by her husband. So filled with revenge and hatred for the woman,
And hatred.
she changed the content of the letter and said that instead of saying that Pentas giving birth to a human child, in the letter that she changed into Pentas giving birth to a
Minotaur. No.
instead giving birth to a dog.
Dog?
Yes,
What's the logic in this?
it's a folklore.
Dog?
Yeah.
I thought it was a minotaur. Okay.
Why dog?
So she sent the letters to the king. So the king the king tried with hope that the king will hate Penta.
No.
But fortunately, like I said earlier, the king is a very kind man. He said when he got the letter, he said something like this: even though my son will be a dog, I will raise him perfectly as a father would, because he was still a blessed from the God, said the kind king. So the fisherman's wife plans to destroy Pentas' life is ruined. So what the fisherman when nothing happened to Penta, what the fisherman's jealous wife did is she sent another letter to the council.
Council? Which council now?
To the council of kingdom, to the Pentas kingdom, the new one where he married.
Not the father one.
Yeah, where she married.
Okay.
So now the news about Pentas giving birth to dog has been spread out throughout the kingdom. So she sent a letter which in the letter is supposed to be from the king. So she pretended to be the king.
Pretended.
She pretended to be the king in the letter. She in the letter as a king, she asked the council to send people to kill Pentas and the deranged child. So and the deranged child. So in this story, eventually the soldier, thinking that it is really the king's order to kill Penta, they went into the castle and they tried to kill. Then they surround the Penta. Okay, they surround the Penta, and with weapons in their hands, they kill the child they kill the child of the Pentas and their king. And the child eventually dies because you can live if you're being stabbed by a sharp object.
Okay.
Okay, so the child died. Pentas, seeing that her child have died, she was